Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Muhammad HANIFF bin Ruslan. I'm from CS251, netcentric computing class. And so, in this video, I will present my individual project for ITT440 network programming class. My project topic is about message send protocols. What is message send protocols? The message send protocols, or MSP, is an application layer protocols used to send a short message between nodes on a network. The original version of the protocols was published in 1990. It was updated as message send protocols 2 in 1992. Then we're gonna look out for TCP-based service and Udp-based service. So TCP is a connection-based application on TCP, and Udp is basically as a datagram-based application on Udp. So for this project, I will using TCP. So TCP is a transmission control protocols. Transmission Control Protocols, or TCP, is a standard that defines how to establish and maintain a network conversation through which application programs can exchange data. So how does TCP works? A TCP connection is established with the help of three-way handshake. It is a process of initiating and acknowledging a connection. Once the connection is established, data transfer begins, and when the transmission process is finished, the connection is terminated by the closing of established virtual circuit. Alright then, and let's discuss what language that I use for this project. The language that I use in this project is C language. So, what is C language? C is an imperative procedure language. It was designed to be compiled to provide low-level access to memory and language construct that maps efficiently to machine instruction, all with minimal runtime support. Despite its low-level capabilities, the language was designed to encourage cross-platform programming. Okay, for the first step, we need to open up our VM, Virtual Box Manager VM. Okay, so I open up the client and the server. So both I run it, and then after I have run the client and the server, I run it on PuTTY. So yeah, you need to have both client and server so that we can look after this how the client get the message, how the client um, give the message to the server, okay, etc. like that. Okay, so then create the file name. I create both for client and server is I project, stands for individual project. So okay, now I have done the codings. So let's go through it. So nano file name I project dot c. Okay, why dot c? Because I'm using C language, so must have dot c. Okay, this is the client coding. The client coding. Okay, I have done it, and yeah, this is the coding. So let's move on to the server. Alright, so the same thing is nano I project .c. So okay, I also have done it in the server as well. Okay, then I need to show you how we will be passing our command line argument in this system. So we will have, right, let's start. I put the command here, and first we need is a file name, and then we need server IP addresses. Okay, server IP addresses, and last we need the port number. Okay, so these three things is essential. Okay, and as for command line, I put argv v0 is for file name. Okay, and argv1 is for my server IP addresses. Okay, and for my argv2 is for my port number. Okay, let's close it. All right. So as you can see, I'm using UniSTD hashtag include UniSTD.h. So what is the function of that? The function of that is to write function like read, write, and close function. So we use UniSTD.h. And then the new one is I'm using hashtag include netdb.h. Okay, this is defined this used by me because I want to define the host ENT. Okay, so as we can see here, struct host ENT star server. That's why I'm using this. So the function of this struct host and star server, this structure is used to store information about a given host, such as host name. Okay, all right. So we move on to char buffer 255. So char buffer, character buffer, I'm using the same as the char buffer in server. Okay, and this is the next is ARGC. ARGC stands for the number of arguments. So we have 3 here, right? So yeah, we put 3. So if the number of argument is less than 3, then it will cannot be proceed. So the client need to put the correct port number. Okay, and this next is for the port number, and this is the use socket function, socket fd, and this is the socket descriptor in sock fd. And if the sock fd is less than 0, so it will be occur, or an error will be occurred. Okay, so this is my code. Then right, let's proceed to execute the code. Okay, So for executing the code, we need to start with the server first. Okay, and shall we proceed? Is Control O and Control X. So let's compile our code. So gcc file name and project c. Okay, gcc I project c dash o I project dot o. So yeah, there's no error, so we can compile it. Okay, to execute it, first we need to execute the server first. So this is how we do it. So dot slash I project dot o, and we need to put our port number. So for the port number, we must choose the port number that greater than 1024. I'm using 8989. Okay, and okay, and the server is done. So we can compile the client. All right, same things. Let's see. O, enter, and Control X. So gcc the file name I project dot c. We have to compile it. Gcc I project dot c. All right, and then gcc I project dot c dash o I project. Okay, I project dot o. All right, and the client also have no error. Okay, that's good. And we have to execute it. So dash I project dot o, and we need to put the server IP address in this thing. For client, we need to put server IP address. So I know my server IP address is 192.168.56.3. Okay, so this is the IP address for the server, and the same port number as the server use. So 8989, and press enter. All right, and there we go. There's client. So type a message like hi. Okay, and then we see that the server is execute and hi, and server say hi again, hello. All right, there you go. And client say, how are you? And fine, thank you. So there we have it. That's all from me. If you want the coding, I will put it in the description below. And that's all for me. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye.